to understand this, but it was slightly inspired by a John Keats poem. The title comes from Ode to a Nightingale. But all you really need to know is that John Keats wrote a poem to a bird, and this is me writing a poem
I've heard
to...
Ode to a Nightingale.
You read it?
Hey, forever ago, I just can't remember.
Yeah. This is a poem about a girl at a bar, and it's much in the same... Like, it's called Ode to an Ode. Ode to Ode on a Nightingale.
Oh, I left it in the, I'm sorry, I left it in the kitchen.
Alright, as long as it's in the open.
Yeah.
Alright. Sitting in the corner booth by herself, sipping a Long Island iced tea and reading Keats, hands down, she's the most captivating person in this bar. Fingertips calloused and hands nicked and scraped, like she'd been in a fight with experience and went down swinging. Eased into her seat like slipping naked into a hot bath. Smiled with all her teeth as if no one was looking. She left her phone at home in pieces on the kitchen floor. Tonight was the night she was going to forget all about the custody battle, the bill collectors, the late night fights about who was right and who was left in the room with all the shattered glass to clean up. And the long sobbing nights with her pillow in secret shame, the regret for time poorly spent looking for love in bars and cold blue eyes, the years that separated her from 22, when she was young and delusionally happy. With her body, she unknowingly spoke to me. Tonight, I came here to drink and dance. Don't bother me with pickup lines. Pickup artists, go find another canvas. Mine's been painted over plenty. I don't have enough time to save any more white knights from their mother's tit. That fairy tale story always ends in Shakespearean tragedy, plus the damn horse leaves scuff marks on the dance floor. I take one last sip and slip the bartender an extra 20. Tonight, the Nightingale drinks for free. I leave before she can thank me.
Quick note, I very much love Josh's energy when he performs.
Yes.
I really wish you could look at us more.
Oh, well, I didn't have this one memorized.
Okay. But I think you could have still looked at us more even without the full memorization, just because we lose the connection to you if you can't see us.
Yeah, understandable. I haven't read it in a while.
That's fine. Beyond that, what did you guys think? I'll start with Dean, because he looks like he wants to say something. I always start with you because you have this, like, ooh, I want to tell him he sucks. Look on your face.
Well, I'll tell you what, one thing, I'm so used to us talking in our normal fashion that at one point I almost interrupted you to make a comment. just subconsciously, I'm like, oh, and then I'm like, no, I'm not supposed to do that.
Bad form. It's bad form.
Yes, yes. I thought it was really well done. I particularly like the references and relations to other things such as Shakespearean tragedy. I really enjoyed the because when you bring in a relation to something as deep as Shakespeare, for example, just a few simple lines or comparison to a single story, to anyone who understands even the basics of that story, it opens up a Pandora's box of emotions and deeper understandings into the overall subject of the poem. So that is always a great device to use. A couple of things I kind of glossed over because when it comes to a number of personal things, there's my mind just kind of goes, you know.
You don't feel like you can respond to someone's personal...
Yeah, it's not that I can't relate to it, it's that I can see it both from it being I believe that, you know, it really sucks for that person, but at the same time, I also kind of feel that it's at least partially their fault that the situation sucks. So it's hard for me to sympathize.
Oh, I mean, the thing is, like, it's a character piece. Like, I'm not the guy at the bar looking at the
Oh, of course.
Okay. So, I mean, it's through the eyes of his opinion, and you can judge the other person all you want, but, you know.
I very much love the line about the con artist and the canvas being painted over, funny enough.
Yeah.
I very much love that. It's a very poetic way of saying she's been used up by too many men.
Without making it relevant.
Yeah. Sheena, you got any more comments? I can't see your face behind my very shiny bowl.
I don't know, we just kind of touched on everything I was thinking about.
I liked it was because I felt like I knew the character before the end of it. So it made me feel like I could see this girl at the bar.
Yeah.
Like I saw the whole scenario, and I felt like I was the one sitting there looking at it. So it was very well written to paint the picture.
Character development is one of Josh's specialties. He's very good at it. But because I know Josh so well, I want to see more of him in some of these things. And because he creates these fictional characters so well, I have a tough time figuring out which parts of that character is Josh.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out, because I don't know you at all. I was like, who are you in this?
And
Because
every
you
one of them could
anybody.
be another
You could be the
facet.
bartender for all I know. You could be the woman. You could be the man. I don't know.
You don't necessarily be the woman. Part of that woman could be him, but the rest of it could be an ex-girlfriend.
Yeah,
Who is this character in relation to you?
that's what I was trying to figure out.
And maybe it's me because, and even her, because we write pieces that are all about us,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah,
we want
I'm
to know
pretty
about you.
physical in my writing. There is a piece of me in everything that I write. Even if it's a character, they're part of me.
I don't doubt that there isn't a piece of him,
Well,
but because
yeah,
he's
but-
so well at inventing these characters, I don't know where the Josh is.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's really anything inherently me about this piece other than I was imagining the situation of somebody watching somebody drinking a
And you had to
white
get
So
Russian.
you were the
Sorry.
watcher in this situation.
I wasn't necessarily the watcher, but I was imagining what the watcher would think. It's part of, this is actually part of a huge collection of poems, all about the feminine muse,
Okay.
called Her Name is Catharsis. And it's all just a collection of poetry about females and things like that, so.
This might, well, I think the fact that you can put yourself so well in the other gender and everything might explain part of your personal development,
Yeah,
you know?
there's a
Because
lot to that, yeah.
I think the two go hand in hand, and that might be where the Josh is in that. The fact that you could picture yourself as well as a woman, or picture a woman as well as you could a man.
You were saying? You were saying something?
Like earlier when I said I thought there was a character in the background.
No, like you were just starting to say something. You started
Oh, did I cut you off? My bad.
I feel like he was getting ready, but then he started talking and he just was
I'm sorry, I do that a lot.
But I didn't catch any, like I just saw, I think it was the movement and the beginning of the sound rather than the actual.
Oh, okay.
Feel free to interrupt me because I won't let you if you don't.
I can't.
I learned in the last year or two that in groups such as this, or with groups of people that are able to speak intelligently on a subject, the only way you're going to get anything in is if you practice interrupting other people at some point. You have to look for the weak points in what they're saying, and when they start repeating themselves, you go, oh, by
You
the
have
way.
to, yeah, you kind of have to rate your way in. Everything's a rape metaphor for me. You will understand that.
So
Okay.
rapey.
It gets kind of creepy for a while, but then it's like, shut up.
Because I haven't raped her yet.
And you
Your
won't.
husband's right there, so I might not make as many to you because he's right there.
I would hope
But
you
I'd
don't make
probably
mistakes.
Ever.
tell him I'm going to rape him more than anyone else.
I can deal with that more than you say that's my wife.
It's understandable. I was a husband at one point in time, too. I try not to be a dick.
Really?
Wow.
How's that going, Florida?
That's why he said I